My name is Wendy Whittaker-Large, and I'm a property landlord and an investor, and I run a property management company in South Cheshire where I live. I'm really interested in property, and I'm interested in what the government is doing around property. For the last 20 years, while I've been investing, I've watched the toing and froing of government policy about housing. And of course, only last week we had the new housing white paper, fixing our broken housing market. Now, the question on everybody's lips was, is it going to do it? And I'm afraid to say, I just don't think it will. And there are some reasons for this. First of all, let's look at what the government have been doing over the last few months and years in positioning the private landlord. People like me, who don't have millions and millions of pounds worth of property. Yes, we have a good-sized portfolio and we make a good living out of it. But our heart is not to be rich and greedy. We want to provide good quality accommodation for our tenants. We want to make sure they're warm and they're not in damp accommodation and they're well cared for. And many other landlords are just like me. And yet we also see the government starting to cut our ability to really work at our business and make it happen. So what does the government want? Does it want the private rental sector to help it, to work with it? Or actually does it want to quash it out of all being and all existence? Another point that really bothers me is the quality of life for young children in properties. Houses of multiple occupation have become more and more a way of investors putting 5 or 6 people in a property with a shared kitchen and bathroom and making some money. And many people choose to live in HMOs. Indeed, I've actually even published a book about HMOs because we have a number in our own portfolio. But what about children in those properties? How are the government beginning to address their needs? I think there's a lot of unanswered questions in this government white paper, and it's something that I'd be really keen to explore if I became one of your expert women.